Hey everyone, hello. Okay, so welcome to my fourth video in my new series, Project Weight Loss. And today is awesome and it's going to be quick. All right, so today I want to talk to you about the 10 things that you need to do in order to plan your weight loss success. So many of my clients approach weight loss as just this thing that they have to kind of survive, as opposed to seeing it as the real journey it is, especially when you're 35 years and older. So if you're new to me, my name is Sherry Capella. I am a certified project manager and a Christian life coach, and I have a weight loss program called The Seeker's Method, and it's a Christian life coaching for weight loss program where I step women through the process of losing weight. Hey Lisa, can you hear me okay, Lisa? And today I want to talk to you a little bit about, in this fourth video, some of the things that you need to do to approach your weight loss journey, if you will, as a plan. You know, I mean, the way I see it, so many times we are willing to get in the car and take a trip somewhere and have everything mapped out. We know where we're going. We know what our destination is, when we're going to get there, all the things. And one of the things that we do that makes it successful, that we actually arrive on time, is we map it out. But we approach our weight loss completely differently. We don't really sit down to map out and to plan out our weight loss. And if you do this, it's the key to your success. I mean, it's the absolute game changer if you approach your weight loss journey as a bit of a project, okay? So here's what I mean by that. So as with any other sort of thing, you need to have a map for where it is that you're going. So that way, not only do you know where you're going, but you also need to know when you're going to get there, what sort of timeline it is that you're going to arrive, all the stopping milestones along the way, and as well as any of the obstacles that you're going to face along the way. What are your plans for those obstacles? And before you start out, you map out the process with the prerequisites. This is all Project Management 101. And the prerequisites are the things that need to be done in a certain order in order to set you up for success. So far on this journey, this Project Weight Loss, this is my fourth video. I've shared 3 videos. The first one was how to be set up for success. The second one was pick a weight loss plan for this age and stage of your life. The third one was ask yourself the hard questions. And this fourth one is how to plan out your weight loss journey. So here are the 10 things that I recommend that you do and you consider truly spending some time thinking about before you start your journey. The first thing that you should do is start with the end date and work backwards. So let's say that you have a goal date, like maybe your goal date is for a wedding that's coming up in January, or you just want to lose 20 pounds. What you do is identify the date by which you could lose that 20 pounds. And in my weight loss coaching program, I teach women how to identify that date. You identify the date and you work backwards. And then you tag on an additional 2 weeks because of this amazing tip I'm going to teach you. And that is, you transition yourself on. So you identify your goal date, where you're going to be, and how you're going to weigh this amount by that date, and you work backwards from there. The second thing you do is you identify, like I've talked about in the second video, I think it was, you identify the meal plan that you're going to use, that you're going to follow, and then you study it. You learn it. You become a subject matter expert in it. You know what foods that you need to start bringing in and what foods that you need to kind of start getting away from. The third thing you do is you get honest with yourself about your obstacles and your excuses, like, what parties and plans are coming up, whether or not you need to get rid of the alcohol, like I talked about in the last video. And you just take a look at the obstacles that have tripped you up, be it self-sabotage or what have you, between here and there, between where you are now and the date by which you're going to arrive at your goal weight. The fourth thing that you do is you assess what it is about your daily and weekly habits that simply need to change. If you're eating out a lot, if you're not eating the right foods, you. So assess what it is about your daily habits and your routines that need to change. The fifth thing is put yourself in a season of growth and focus on this one area. You know, my life coach taught me that, you know, when you're going through something and you're hyper-focused, you have to be careful, because you can either be laser focused on one thing, or you can be like a disco light and focused on 40 things. And when you do that, you dilute yourself. You weaken everything. You've got to be hyper-focused on this. The sixth thing is schedule your start date and plan a 2-week transition onto your plan, where this 2-week period, you're going to slowly swap out your old food. So let's say if your start date is November 1st, you plan the last 2 weeks of October to be your transition period, where you're slowly weaning yourself. And here's the key to this sixth point, is start it immediately after your cycle. Okay? So if today's the last day of my cycle, this 2-week transition point before my November 1st start date is because it's immediately after my cycle. The seventh thing you do is you transition your food and you transition your habits over this 2-week transition point time. And during this 2-week period before you actually start, you tweak and modify as you progress, and you recognize that it's slow and steady wins the race. And I know you don't like hearing that because you want to wake up skinny tomorrow, but the truth of the matter is this: you can jump in the deep end and sink, or you can start at the shallow end and teach yourself how to do this slowly and steadily by transitioning off and transitioning on. The eighth thing to do is during your transition, this 2-week transition, for the first week, identify the first week as the week that you're going to swap things out. You've been studying your meal plan. You know what it is that you're going to step away from and what you're going to step toward. Identify what you need to swap. And then the second week, use that second week, or you could even do 3 weeks of this. That second week is for deeper transitions and deeper swaps. The ninth thing that you should do is, as you're transitioning off of your standard American diet, begin mapping out the first week of your meal plan. So you've got this 2-week transition point, and the last few days you start stepping toward and planning out what you're going to do on week 1. And the 10th thing is that you plan out week 1. You identify what it is that you're going to eat on. Make a grocery list, or a menu. Make a menu of what you're going to eat on week 1. Come up with a grocery list. Go grocery shopping for all the things. Schedule a day and spend the day cooking. Cook the food, prep the food, and then here's my best tip that tripped me up and kept me in my fat pants for the longest time. Eat what you make. All too often, I would do all these things, and then I wouldn't even eat there's no logic, so don't do what I did. Now, if this makes sense to you, I encourage you, start doing it. Okay, I'm giving you all of this content, and this content is not just theory. This is practice. This is things that I'm able to leverage my career as a certified life coach and a certified, project manager. And I brought them together and I bridged the gap of how to ease into weight loss. So if you're interested in following along on this journey while I'm giving you this free content, start doing it. Just start doing it. Watch videos 1 through 3. Watch this one. Lay out the plan. Come up with your transition point. Identify your goal date. Do all of those things. Here's the thing. You might think, well, I don't really want to start now because the holidays are coming. You know what? There's never going to be a good time to start a weight loss journey. You're always going to have something. It's either going to be somebody's birthday, somebody's wedding. It's going to be a holiday. It's going to be something. There's never a good time. All I know is everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon and start it as their New Year resolution. You know what? Get ahead of them. Start now. Why wait? If you started now, all of these good habits could be mastered and perfected, and you could be well on your way, so that way, if you do start on January 1st, you're going to have all of these prerequisites, all of them nailed down, and you're going to be well on your way to your 2020 goals. All right, everybody, there you go. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in video 5. Bye.